the difference in the geometry just makes these shoes feel totally different. So shoe comparison that we have for you guys today. So we've got the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 1 up against the brand new released Pro 2. So we're going to go through their key differences, their features, and just how they perform, and hopefully that's going to give you guys a little bit of insight on which Mizuno shoe is right for you. So should you save a few bucks and get the old Pro, or should you spend the extra money and get the Pro 2? So specs wise, lots of similarities with these shoes, but they're both neutral road racing shoes. The Pro 1 recommended retail price in Australia here is $320. The Pro 2 has jumped up $40, so $360 for the Pro 2. So in the US, I think $250, and I haven't seen the price yet for the Pro 2. Weight wise, so the Pro 1 is 7.8 ounces or 220 grams in a men's size 9, and we've lost a little bit of weight here in the Pro 2, so 7.7 ounces, 215 grams. Now, stack height wise, so they look really similar, however, different stats. So in the Pro 1, we've got 39 in the rear, 34.5 in the front, giving us a 4.5 mil drop, and in the Pro 2, 38 in the rear, 36.5 in the front, giving us a 1.5 mil drop. Now, both the offsets or the drops in these shoes don't even matter because the geometry in this shoe is so crazy. So both in the center of the shoe here, so both geometries here, both midsoles, both measure well over 50 millimeters. Right, so in our uppers here, we've got two really similar uppers, both made out of engineered mesh, and to me, the material is pretty much exactly the same. They probably changed where the breathing holes are, that's about it, but same shape, same sort of concept of what's going on here. But differences, the big differences in the upper, so heel counters, we'll talk about those. So it's a little bit more solid in the Pro 1 than what it is in the Pro 2, so quite flimsy in this one. And padding wise, so this is the big difference in the upper. So the Pro 1 had some padding around the heel counter there, and around the top of the shoe there, and some nice material. Whereas the Pro 2 has gone away with all that. It's just got some plastic sort of sharp ribbing that goes around the top, and the only pads that they've got in this shoe are these two pads inside the heel there to create that lockdown of the shoe. Now, I know I said in my first impressions review that this is quite sharp and it could annoy some runners. It actually hasn't annoyed me yet, so that is a pretty good sign from Mizuno. Tongues in both shoes are exactly the same. Lockdowns are absolutely great in both shoes, so I haven't had one issue there. Breathability is excellent. Now the fit. So the fit in the Pro 1, you had to go up half a size for this one. So this is actually a 9, US 9. And they fixed the issue in the Pro 2. So now the Pro 2 is true to size. And now this one is my true to size, which is 8.5 US. But they are both the exact same size in fit for me. In the toe boxes, the Pro 2 has definitely got a wider toe box. And in our midsoles, both share the same sort of concept. So both dual density midsoles. Mizuno Energy Light Plus in the top layer for both shoes, and the Mizuno Energy Light as the bottom layer. But the foams to the touch feel different, so especially this top layer. So this Mizuno Energy Light actually feels a little softer and springier in the Pro 2 than what it does in the Pro 1. So they've definitely had a formulation change there in the midsole. Both have carbon infused wave plates. Stiffness wise, let's feel that. Stiffness wise, I'm going to say the Pro 2 is the stiffest shoe. Now they've definitely changed the shape of the wave plate, so it's far more steep, or the wave plate is far more steep in the Pro 2 than what it is in the Pro 1. So that leads us on to geometry. So the geometry in this shoe, so side by side it looks quite similar, but when you actually stand in the shoe they feel very different. So the Pro 1, you sort of feel that most of the guts of the shoe is right in the middle of the shoe, just here. When you stand around in the Pro 2, it actually feels like you are up on like a stilt, or high heels. Not that I wear high heels, but you actually feel like your heel is significantly lifted off the ground, like you're in starting blocks or something like that. But this one is quite uncomfortable to walk around in. This one is a little bit more bearable. However, both definitely not walking shoes. So, and in our rides, so very different rides, believe it or not. So both are super bouncy, super springy, energetic. They both feel extremely fast. However, the difference in the geometry just makes these shoes feel totally different. So in the one, the big difference is what I just mentioned before. The guts of the rocker, or the guts of it, is you feel it right around the center here, and it sort of feels like a big curve off the shoe, like so. So for me, this one feels like it's got more, you're getting more off this front part of the shoe because you're rolling all the way through to the toe. You're getting a big bounce through the guts and right off on the toe, and it actually promotes a really quick turnover in my experience. Now with the Pro 2, what you feel in this, it feels like the rocker or the guts of the shoe is back just in front of the ankle here, and then when you feel it, you come off it quite sharply, and then it feels like it flattens out. So it doesn't feel like a big rounded rocker that you're rolling off. It sort of feels like it flattens out on the forefoot, but you're right up on your tiptoe and you're sort of taking off like that. So this one promotes you to stay on your forefoot, but you don't get a huge rolling sensation as much as this one through the forefoot. This one, you're getting the rolling sensation from back further in the shoe. So what, for me, how that results to me is, I think, yeah, I get a quicker turnover in this shoe. This shoe is the more comfortable to run in at the faster speeds, and it's also more comfortable for me to jog in. However, this shoe for me is easy to lock into that slightly slower pace. So I think it's really suited to that marathon pace. I struggled to get this one up and going at those really high speeds. Not so much in this shoe though. And stability wise, well, to me they feel pretty much the same. So you do feel the differences that this gap creates in the midsole here. So you can feel the foot collapsing where that gap is. You don't feel that so much in this shoe, but stability wise, I think they're about the same. They're both not super stable, but then again, they're both not really unstable either. I think they're pretty good for a race day shoe. And outsoles, yep, these guys are sharing the same outsole rubber, so G3 rubber. Both got the exact same tread pattern, yeah, but as you can see there, the big difference is the big cutout here that we've got in the V1 over the V2. Performance-wise of the outsole, there is pretty much no difference. So they're both super grippy, super tacky, just amazing outsoles here. You're just only going to experience the difference here. You'll feel a little bit of a collapsing on the arch there on the Pro 1. Right, so best use for me in both these shoes. So if you've watched my reviews of the Wave Rebellion Pro 1, so this has got the highest score that I've ever given out in a shoe, even though I think it's too fast to run exactly what it's designed for. So I thought it was too fast for the marathon, and I still agree with that today. So best use for the Pro 1 for me is anywhere from the 10k probably up to the half marathon, because it just makes me want to run too fast. Like, it promotes my leg turnover really fast. Now in the Pro 2, for me, it's toned down through the forefoot here of where you roll over. However, a lot more aggressive up on the toe in that toe position, but for me, I can lock into the pace easier in this shoe, and I think it's ideally suited to the marathon. Both these shoes are not suitable to walk around in whatsoever. So, and also if you are a heavy pronator or you need some support, I would definitely steer away from both these shoes. Right, so that's my thoughts on the Pro 1 and the Pro 2. So I hope I've explained a few of the differences there. If you've got any questions of anything that I haven't covered, just drop them in the comments below and I'll get to those. Anyway guys, again, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you next time.